Hi, instead of an introduction, today I'm proud to announce that I managed to get a cameraman to work with me for food and shelter. But let's get back to business, and the business is Ford. Ford made us wait a long time for a new hot hatch, but finally, here it is, the new Fiesta ST. It doesn't look like much, does it? The previous Fiesta ST had go faster stripes through the bonnet and through the roof, and they're supposed to make you go faster, at least theoretically. But here, if you look closely, you will find some elements which suggest we're not dealing with an ordinary car.
Never mind the ST badges, we also get red brake calipers visible between the spokes of the 17-inch alloys. In the back we have a double exhaust, a diffuser of sorts, and a big spoiler. Inside we get Recaro sport seats and another ST badge on an otherwise ordinary steering wheel. If you want, you can get climate control and a very good Ford Sync system, which understands whom I want to call.
Sync, please say a command.
Call Jensen Button.
Call it Jensen Button.
There's also an optional keyless ignition system.
But that's not what's important in a Fiesta ST. Here under the bonnet we have a 1.6-liter petrol engine producing 182 horsepower, which is good for a 0 to 100 time below 7 seconds. This is a turbocharged engine, so we have 240 newton meters of torque, 280 with overboost. And what's really cool about this car is how it handles. It's a point-and-shoot weapon. I forget about all external stimuli in this car. It's only me, the road, and the corners, and the suspension is great. The steering is really precise and sharp. And for me, this is an MX-5 of hot hatches. If you want to take the Fiesta ST out on a track, you can switch off ESP with just one button. However, there is still something going on with the front wheels, and that's the torque vectoring control system, which sort of keeps this car where it's supposed to go. Interestingly enough, the Fiesta ST doesn't sound as good from the outside as it does from the inside. Here it is. It's something called the Sound Symposer, and basically what it means is that you can drive it every day without anyone really noticing you, without you pissing off your neighbors with a loud exhaust. However, if you got a bit of an empty road and you want to hear the engine, or what do you think is the engine sound, you step on it and the cabin fills with the sound of somewhat artificial but crazy 182 horses. If I were to complain about something, it's stiffness of the suspension. I do realize a hot hatch is supposed to be stiff, but here, on a bumpy road at low speeds, the ride is becoming unbearable. I can feel every pothole in my spine. Oh, and the gearbox, the gear shift, could have a shorter throw. With prices starting at 20,000 euros, the Fiesta ST is currently the cheapest hot hatch in its segment. I appreciate that Ford focused on driving dynamics instead of red-stitched upholstery, but for an everyday car, Fiesta ST is too hardcore for me. And how do you like the new Ford Fiesta? Please leave your questions in the comments below, that's here, and don't forget to share, subscribe and like, because this is the only way I can feed my cameraman.
And now I'll go back and rethink whether perhaps I could live with this car every day.